Welcome back to my channel, Chaka Styles. You know, this is a lifestyle channel, and sometimes I'm out and about, sometimes I'm trying on some fashion, but today I'm doing one of my favorite things to do, and that is to cook. Today I'm going to share with you my beef chili bean recipe. Delicious. Your family is going to love it. It is one of those comfort meals that you want to serve when it's a cold winter day and you want something really hearty, and it's a kick back and watch Netflix or snuggle kind of day and you want something really good. This is the perfect recipe for that. So I'm going to share how I make my beef chili. And let me say this, you don't have to use ground beef. I use ground beef, but you can use ground turkey, you can use ground chicken, whatever you like. And the rest of the recipe, just follow it as I show it to you and it'll be perfect. So come on.
The ingredients are 2 pounds of ground beef, 1.5 tablespoons of chopped garlic, 1 red bell pepper, 1 onion, about 3 tablespoons of chili powder, about 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to your taste, 1 can of roasted diced tomatoes, 1 can of tomato paste, 2 cups of tomato sauce, and 2 cans of beans.
Okay, everybody, we're about to get started. The first thing we're going to do is season our ground beef. So I have 2 pounds of ground beef that I'm going to be using. This is some garlic herb seasoning that I'm going to use to season the meat. And I don't measure, so I don't know what that was. I'm going to say that was about 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and then we're just going to put some pepper. That looks like, I don't know, 3 passes. Then I'm going to take, remember that remember that onion and bell pepper? I'm going to take about 1/3 of that and put that in my meat. So, because we want our meat to have some flavor. Not all of it, just about 1/3 of it. Just so the flavor that you are trying to achieve in this chili is also in the beef. Okay? Then I am going to get me a spoon and get some of my garlic. I want some of my garlic in there as well. And I'm going to put about, I think that's about, I don't know, 1/2 tablespoon. Now I am going to mix all of those ingredients up. I'm also going to put a couple of passes of chili powder. Put some chili powder right on in the meat, not just the sauce, but right on in the meat. And I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And I do mean a little bit, I'm gonna do 2 passes. And I'm going to mix this so that all of the seasoning and those vegetables that we added in there are nice and evenly throughout our meat. And that is going to give your chili a better flavor than just cooking the meat without any of your seasoning actually cooked into the meat. Okay? All right, I'm going to the stove. When I come back, this is going to be nicely browned. Okay, so as you can see, we got the meat nicely cooked. See the vegetables in there? Your bell pepper, your onion. Okay, so now we are going to really get busy on making this chili. So let me say around the seasoning, I did try and do better, you guys. I did go find me a, this is a tablespoon, so I did try to do better and get that. So what I have in here is I have
2 tablespoons of chili powder. I have 1 tablespoon of the cumin. I have a teaspoon of garlic powder. I have 1 teaspoon of oregano. I have a teaspoon of paprika. I have a teaspoon of my kosher salt, and I have a half a teaspoon of black pepper.
Now, I know this isn't going to be enough, but this is what we're going to start with. So we're going to put all this seasoning in here, because you heard the saying, it's all about the sauce. It really and truly is all about the sauce. So we're going to put that in there, stir that seasoning in there. That smells so good, putting that in there on that warm ground beef. Onion and bell pepper. I should say you can use any color bell pepper you like. I like red bell pepper, but any bell pepper, any onion. You can use white onion or yellow onion, any onion you like. I'll put that in there. And then you're going to put that nicely mixed in. Okay, look at that. Okay, so now we are going to put in our roasted diced tomatoes. Smells so good. Whew. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my tomato paste. And I use tomato paste along with tomato sauce because tomato paste will give you that thickening sauce that you want. You don't want a real thin spaghetti type sauce for your chili. You want a thicker sauce for your chili. So we're going to use tomato paste and tomato sauce. And that is 1 entire can of tomato paste that you're using. Again, I'm going to mix that. I'm going to tell you right now, I can see just by how I cook that I am absolutely going to need some more chili powder and probably about a teaspoon more of the cumin, and we'll see what else as we go, but I can see that I'm going to need that. I'm going to say with this tomato sauce, this is a big one, I'm going to say I'm using about 2 cups. That's what I'm going to say. I think that's about 2 cups. So use about 2 cups. On our stove, or flame, I should say. And I'm going to cook this on a low heat. And I'm going to cook this for about 30 minutes. As you know, as you see, there are no beans in my sauce yet. And I am going to cook this about 30 minutes, but I'm going to taste before I let it cook. Because remember, you got to taste your food. You can't just cook anything without tasting and expect it to be good. And what we're not going to do is get any of those raw vegetables. Like I said, I'm going to need, I'm going to use this little measuring thing. And I'm going to put I don't know, that looks like it's about half a tablespoon of my chili powder. I'm going to add to that some of the cumin. Look at that. What is that? I don't know. Half a teaspoon? It's about half a teaspoon in there. I'm going to put some salt in there. I think that's about 5 shakes. I'm going to put some garlic powder in there. Look at it, still don't have a teaspoon. I mean a tablespoon. And then I'm going to put, what I missed, my paprika. Some paprika. Look at that. Okay. And I'm going to put all that up in here. I'm going to put all of that in there. See, I measured. That was a tablespoon of all of your seasonings. So now I put that in there. And I think that might give me the flavor I'm looking for. Remember, we cook to get as close to perfection as we can. And that, I believe, is going to get us there.
And let's not forget our large tablespoon of garlic.
Let's make sure we're on a low heat. A little bit low heat, yes. And we are going to cook this for 30 minutes. And then in 30 minutes, we're going to come back. We're going to taste. We're going to season if we need to. And then we're going to add the beans. All right?
40 minutes later.
Look at that. Look at that, y'all. See them vegetables? See the onion that's cooked down? Okay, so we got to taste. I have the beans here. This is 2 cans of beans. I only use the amount of beans I only use 1 can of beans for every pound of ground beef. So as you remember, I cooked 2 pounds of ground beef, and so I'm using 2 cans of beans. But don't be putting no whole bunch of beans and you know you only have a couple of pounds of ground beef or whatever meat you're using. Oh my goodness. That is so tasty. That is really tasty. I gotta taste it one more time to see if there's anything. And as you see, I'm just getting the sauce because I want to make sure that sauce has all the flavor I want it to have. That's pretty good, y'all. That's pretty good. I do feel like I'm gonna need a little bit more of my chili powder. That is exactly the flavor that I want for my chili beans. Now, when you open the beans, you want to rinse them off. You don't want to pour the beans into your chili from the can. You want that residue to be rinsed off of there. I'm just trying to get the sauce. That flame as low as it is, we're gonna give that another 25 to 30 minutes, and then we're gonna have a pot of chili. We are going to have a really good pot of chili. I'll be back. That looks so delicious. Look at that, y'all. I think I want all the juice. Look at that. You can serve this chili with some rice. You can serve this chili with some crackers. You can eat it by itself. However you decide to eat this chili, I'm getting ready to tell you now exactly how it tastes. I swear to God, y'all, this chili is absolutely delicious. You must try this recipe. I'm not kidding kidding you. You have to try this recipe. It is delicious. And again, you can use turkey meat. The ground beef is what I like and what my family like. It's delicious. Try it. Tell me what you think in the comments. And if there's a seasoning that you use that I didn't use, tell me about that too. Maybe I'll try it the next time. And again, thank you so much for being here with me on Sea Styles. I look forward to the next time we come back together. Until then, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.